Hi guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here to do a tutorial on making these little faux postage stamps. These have been inspired by somebody who left a kind comment on my recent post. So we're going to get into the tutorial and then I will give you all details of her channel and I will obviously link that below. So here goes. Make these. I'm just going to kind of give you a bit of a run through of what you're going to need. All you're actually going to need is some old book page. So, you know, any book page you like. Some of those, you know, crinkle edge scissors. And then some background pages, you know, anything that you like to use as kind of background pages. Then some kind of small items. They can be stamped items, they can be printables, they can be out of vintage books, you know, whatever you like, so long as they're kind of small to go onto your postage stamps. And then if you have got some postage stamps, then obviously that's what you're going to kind of make your postage stamped mark on there with. So I've got you know, my ones here kind of just to the side. So those are the kind of things that you're going to need. And then you may need your distress ink to be able to obviously distress them, and obviously your glue. So I think that's pretty much kind of it for the list of things that you need, and we'll get cracking into the tutorial. Inspired by somebody who I've only just kind of met really here on YouTube, Anne-Lise Ryan. I saw one of her videos and it was a lovely video and a brilliant idea. She was making postage stamps, you know, kind of faux postage stamps from kind of old book pages and then, you know, bits and pieces. So I'm going to give it a go because it looked really quite fun and, you know, I loved her stamps that she was producing. So I've got here some old book pages, which I'm just going to kind of use. So if I just kind of cut them down like this. So I'm just going to cut kind of effectively with my zigzag scissors the kind of base outline for my postage stamps. I'll obviously link Anne-Lise, her channel kind of below, so you could possibly kind of go and check her out. Just want to say a massive thank you to everybody for all your amazing responses to my moany honest reflection of my channel. I feel really quite overwhelmed and very kind of touched by everybody's really kind words and so much amazing kind of brilliant advice and loads of points that I really had not taken into account and thought of. I think we kind of, or, you know, I get hung up sometimes on things. I know that, you know, YouTube have just kind of done this new YouTube beta thing, like a YouTube studio thing that it's kind of obviously testing. And it's got all these analytical tools, which are obviously meant to help. Obviously, you know, in my case, they haven't really helped. They've kind of, you know, caused me to kind of feel anxious and worried. But having read everybody's amazing kind of tips and advice and, you know, really kind of brilliant things, you know, and people's kindness was just amazing. So I just want to say thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. And obviously I've stalled putting any other videos up for the week because it's literally taken me kind of, you know, the whole week really to kind of read through the comments and reply. And, you know, that really kind of, it wasn't kind of the intention to kind of make everyone feel they have to comment to me. And please don't now feel you have to comment on my videos, because honestly, that would just become a chore, and this is not what this is about. You know, I don't want anyone to feel obliged to comment or anything else, you know. Really don't. I was, you know, obviously kind of going through a little bit of kind of anxiety myself, and yeah, I've taken on board loads of really valuable kind of pieces of advice, and I'm now here for a fresh start. No more negativity, just positivity and kind of brilliant crafting fun. You know, lots of nice things kind of planned. I've got lots of videos that I have done kind of already recently that are kind of in the bag waiting to be uploaded. So, you know, it's all good. And yeah, thank you so much. And I'm going to be no more self-doubting, no more negative, just kind of positive and upbeat. And, you know, also just want to say, it was so lovely because actually some people commented who didn't, you know, wouldn't normally comment. So Anne-Lise, for instance, that's how I came across her. So, you know, kind of if nothing else, it was amazing because actually I've kind of met and come across some other new channels, which I had never kind of known before. So, you know, it's actually, it's all good. So, and lots of people said that, you know, they found my comments kind of resonated with them and things like that. So I just want to say a massive, massive, massive thank you. And really, please, 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 please don't feel now that you have to kind of be thumbs up in or, you know, kind of commenting on my videos, because I really don't want that to kind of turn into kind of a horrible chore for people. You know, I want you to just kind of have a cup of tea, grab your craft things and just enjoy kind of my videos, not feel obliged to have to be commenting. Right, that over, we're now moving on and just doing some positive, nice things. So I've just taken some background pages and obviously placed them on top of my little book backgrounds. So I've got those two. Let me see if I've got some other background page. So I've got something that's got a kind of completely different look, because I don't want them all to obviously excuse me, I don't want them all to have the same appearance. So I could have this pink one. I'm just grabbing rubbish from around my desk. You know, again, if you watch my channel a lot, you'll know that my desk is pretty much a bit of a tip. So I have endless things that I could grab. It would keep me going for a seriously long time. So I've just grabbed, you know, randomly. I'm not thinking about this. I'm not kind of, not overthinking it at all. So there we go. That's another one on there. I'm trying to be kind of a little bit more efficient, I suppose, in kind of the way that I work, because I'm often not very good at kind of making multiple versions of things, if that makes sense. I tend to kind of make just one of something and then that's it. And I sometimes watch people kind of who do make multiple of the same item, and it's really an efficient way of doing it, you know. And so I'm just kind of giving that a try. Sorry, I'm still searching through for more things. I'm just giving that a try to kind of see how that works, because I definitely think that would be quite beneficial to do, to kind of make things in bulk. So while I've taken a bit of time away from my channel kind of this week as well, you know, as well as kind of reading people's comments and, you know, things like that, and yeah, just kind of feeling a bit refreshed now. I've been thinking of some ideas to do over the summer, because, and I do talk about this in an upcoming video as well, we're doing another kind of road trip like we did last year, just because actually it seems that's the cheapest way to go on holiday, ironically. Right, so I've got my background pages. I'm just going to glue them onto my book pages. So I'm just going to take them and glue them on here. Yeah, the road trip thing is kind of working out the best way to kind of go on holiday. It's kind of, you know, the cheapest way. So even though we're kind of then gone for quite a while, because we're driving, because we're staying in kind of Airbnbs, we're not staying in hotels, we're not getting a flight or anything. Obviously having 3 children and 2 who are now adult fares, it's actually proven a lot cheaper. So we're going to do a kind of another sort of road trip. And so yeah, I've been kind of thinking of what to do to make sure that I've got some things to upload, you know, not only while we're gone, but also while the kids are at home, because obviously there's 6 weeks while they're at home. And that just sometimes means it's a little bit tricky to kind of do some videos, because obviously, you know, particularly if the weather's nice. I mean, sometimes they're kind of very lazy and they're just laying in bed. Not my daughter, unfortunately, but you know, the boys obviously are of that age where they kind of lay around. But if the weather's nice, you know, and we kind of getting down the beach and things like that, we won't be, or, you know, I won't be having so much time over the summer. Because I work term time only, I'm really lucky like that. I changed my hours to term time only about 3 or 4 years ago. Obviously that came with quite a big cut in pay. But yeah, so I will be at home for those 6 weeks, but obviously kind of not necessarily able to do much videos. So I'm just kind of thinking of things to do, and I've come up with some ideas. So I'm not going to kind of share them right now, keep you in suspense. I'm sure you're really excited. But yeah, I've got some kind of ideas going on of kind of what, you know, what I've got kind of planned. Right, so I've just popped those background pages on, and then all I've done is grabbed a few little things of smallish size that I'm going to kind of pop onto my little postage stamps. Now, obviously I haven't measured or anything like that, so, you know, I don't know how my size kind of compares to Anne-Lise's. Hers did look tiny, to be fair, so I suspect that they were actually kind of smaller than mine. But I don't think it matters. I think, you know, they look fine in this size. I have got these tiny birds that obviously are out of a little book, and I got them because obviously they're tiny, but actually they look a little bit lost on my stamps. I've maybe done my stamps a bit too big. I've got this piece of decoupage napkin with the Eiffel Tower on there, which I could kind of pop that on that stamp. Perhaps we'll do that. Just kind of checking that I've got the right things on the right stamps, what I would like to go for. So here, this is just one of my principles, my little clocks. This is a stamped clock, decoupage napkin here, and one of my principles there from the Fabulous Flowers, actually from the add-ons. Just wondering whether I might prefer the typewriter there, actually. To be fair, I think they both look really nice, and I'm now kind of wishing that I hadn't gone for a plain background here. Thought it would be kind of nice having the plain background, but actually it's a little bit boring. Right, never mind, we're going to kind of work with it. So all I'm going to do is glue these bits and pieces on. Yeah, they looked great. So thank you very much, Anne-Lise. Really great idea. So, and they're quite fun to make. I mean, these are my first few that I have made. I haven't made any others, but they are proving fun to make. So give them a whirl, and you know, just something else cute to kind of attach onto your pages, or pop on sort of envelopes and things. There we go. I'm just wondering whether I need to kind of pop something else on there. Well, I guess that's going to, you know, away from keeping this as a kind of postage stamp. So what I'm going to do, because I kind of wish that I had, you know, decorated it slightly, I'm going to, I think, just stamp some script in the background. And obviously, because this has kind of got that pink postage mark on there, I might just actually stamp it with my pinky coloured Stays On, which actually does not look very pink now. So I'm just going to kind of stamp that just lightly, just so it's not plain. You know, that's purely all I've done that for. So there we go. Then we can just pop that one on there. Just kind of, you know, makes it a bit more interesting, really. So I'll just glue that one down as well. Like that. Going to kind of glue that, I think, to the side. Actually, weirdly enough, I didn't notice, but I've glued everything to the side. I don't know why. Something about at the side was obviously kind of calling me. Now I just want to check that I want that butterfly there and not something else, because I thought that that would look lovely, but actually it's quite colourless on there, so I might prefer something a bit more colourful. So I might have this butterfly instead, just that this looks a little bit more kind of you know, bright on there. So I'm just going to pop that on there like that. And then all I'm going to do is take some of my little postage mark stamps, and as you can see I have quite a few to choose from. So over time I've obviously bought several you know, postal mark stamps. So I'm just checking that I am actually in frame. So I've got these ones here from Kaisercraft, which are a whole jumble of kind of postmarks. I've got this one here, which TPC Studios, I've had these for a really long time, and actually I have to be truthful, the only one that I really use is this postcard stamp. I bought these years ago when I went to America. I haven't been to America for a really long time, but I had a whale of a time when I did go with the shopping. Then I've got these. As you can see, most of them are missing from here because it's all kind of torn down the side. So these are from Recollections, and these are vintage ads, it says, but there's a postage mark stamp here, which actually, this to me looks a really good size for the size that I've made my postage stamps, whereas, you know, that looks obviously a little bit too small, and this one obviously is a kind of jumble, although I may like a jumble. So I'll just keep that to one side. And then I've got these, which are from my Crafty Individual stamps, which there's kind of a bunch of different ones, but they're mainly kind of those postcard kind of pieces with like a postmark on there, so they're not kind of just a postmark, if you see what I mean. So I'm going to kind of not use those, I think. So I'm going to go for this big one and possibly this kind of jumble of postmarks. Let's just kind of pull them out. Okay. So I've got this new Stays On, and because I've been filming some videos ahead, I don't know whether I've actually filmed since I've had my new Stays On, but it's really nice and juicy because obviously it's really, really dark and black. So love that. And then all that Anne-Lise did was literally kind of just stamp your postmark, you know, kind of wherever you think. So this is where I now am wishing that I'd put my things on the left hand side, because my post stamp is going to kind of go over all of my nice pretty bits that I've stuck on. So I'm going to start with this one, I think, and I'm going to kind of do it up higher like that, so it's kind of over it and off of it, if that makes sense. So that's that one. And then I may do, perhaps I'll do this one. So, and I'm going to try and do this a bit further over it. So I'm just going to kind of ink that up slightly more. I'm going to kind of stamp it on there. Like that. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, brilliant idea. Thank you. Awesome, awesome. They're fun to make, and, you know, like I say, they're really quick to do. Okay. And they're one of them things that, you know, kind of when you do them, you feel nervous about stamping your postal stamp mark over it. But it kind of transforms how they look, which obviously is, you know, is what you want. So, oh, I love that. I love that. I mean, again, anyone who's not into junk journaling would watch this and think, oh my gosh, are they crazy? Crazy. They're just kind of ruining the whole look of what they've just done. But for me, this looks awesome. So again, I'm going to use this one. I'm going to stamp it in from this side. I might stamp it here. Oh, I love them. I'm definitely going to make some more of these. They are very, very fun. So that's those. And then she did ink hers up and made them look yummy and vintage. So I'm going to obviously do that. So I've just got my vintage photo. I really should have changed my sponge. So let me see whether I have got my... I don't think I have. Right, okay. Well, I'm going to have to kind of hold that in place because it's kind of hanging off really. But I'm just going to kind of ink around that. Oops. So as it looks lovely and yummy and vintage. And then I'm just going to go a little bit kind of heavier around the edge. Do this one. Like that. Hope everyone's got something nice planned for the weekend. I don't know what the weather is supposed to be doing here this weekend. It's been a really strange week. It's been not particularly warm, I have to say. It's quite warm today and it was quite warm yesterday, but a couple of the days were freezing. You know, kind of, I think one morning it was like 9 degrees or something, which, I mean, that's pretty cold for the middle of June. This is our summer after all. So yeah, a bit disappointing, but hopefully the weather's going to be okay this weekend. Last weekend we went for a walk on the Saturday. Oh my gosh, it tipped it down with rain and our walk was about 1 hour and 45 minutes long. My gosh, we were drenched right through, you know, had cagoule on, and I had actually a cagoule and an umbrella. And I still got drenched right through to my underwear. So obviously once we drove home, just had to get changed out of everything into kind of cozy warm clothes to warm back up. And yeah, it was really horrible. It felt very cold. So hopefully it's going to be better than that. Right, so that's my 4 little postage stamps there, inspired by Anne-Lise on her channel. So let me just get in kind of clean page to kind of pop them on so you can see them a bit better. As I say, I don't know whether she did hers a bit smaller than this, but if I just kind of bring them up to the camera. Aren't they cute? And really fun to make. So thank you very much, Anne-Lise, and thank you again to everyone's really awesome comments. Yeah, no more moaning, no more negativity, no more self-doubt. Moving on now with kind of just positive, happy, you know, yeah. Thank you very, very, very much. I appreciate everybody so much. And yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I hope everyone has a really great weekend. Maybe give some of these a go and would love to see kind of what you do. And I will obviously link Anne-Lise's channel below. So thank you very much, guys, and have a great day. Thanks, Em. Bye.